everyone, welcome back to this new video. So far we have seen CRUD operations for the questions of an admin dashboard. So we have created few routes for having adding a questions and just editing the questions and for deleting the questions. So firstly what we have done, so we have created one route for adding one question, and similarly we have created a route for editing one question, and similarly we have created one route for deleting a particular question. Okay, so we have done these all things, and then after we go back to the add question.html and create one add question.html, and then after we have created this form like structure for add question.html, and similarly we have done for the edit question.html also. So we have created a form like structure for edit question.html, and then after we give the buttons to just yeah, so we have given here the button in admin.html to editing, to adding a particular question, or editing a particular question and deleting a particular question. So here it is editing a particular question and deleting a particular questions. So these buttons we have given into the admin.html. Now, what we are going to see so far is we are now working on the admin.user.html. So we have been completed with admin dashboards, CRUD operations for course and questions and all. And now we are going to see that how a user can go to a particular question and he can start the quiz. So far we have created so that an user can see the particular question, can go for a particular course and can see the particular questions and all. Okay, now we'll create. So here you can see one route link is given, that is like one button is given, that is a quiz start, which do not go to anywhere now. So we are going to create one route of start quiz, which will go and check that how user can just go and answer the particular question and get the marks for that question. So let me just start the terminal first, and then we will see that what are the things we have done so far and how our dashboard is look like now, and what are the changes that we are going to make after this. Okay, so let's give here this python app.py, and let's start the server and deploy our app to our server and see is it working fine or not. So I will just follow this link. So I will click on this particular link and it will be open. And now we can see the our home page. So yeah, now we can see that this is our home page, and now we click on this login, and now we will give here this admin credentials. So I will give here admin credentials and we will submit it. So when we will submit it, you can see one button is there. That button goes to the add course, and here you can write the things and click on submit, and your course will be added. So let me just give here few things. So and then after we'll create for CT. So let's create for CT, and then after we'll go here and we can write anything here. So let me write here CT course. So we'll write here CT course and we'll submit it. And now you can see that our course will come here. Okay. Now we can edit that particular course. So we can just click on this edit course and we can write here instead of CT, we can just write anything else. So let me just write here English 2, and similarly we'll give here English 2 course. So we'll write here English 2 course, and then after we click on submit, and you can see now CT will become English 2. Okay, and similarly you can click on this delete course and this particular course will be deleted. So when I click on this delete course, so you can see that particular course will be deleted. And now similarly we can just add the questions here from here. So when I click on this add question, so one page will come here and it will contains a course ID, question ID, title, statement, options. Okay, so let me write some question here. So I can create a question the basis of anything. So let me write here. So let me just go and see what are the questions already been there. So it's a mean and mode. So let me just create one question about the median. So I will write here. So we'll give here question ID, and that's so equals to 3. And then after we can give here median. So we'll give a title name as median, and we'll write here that what is median. So we'll write here what is median, and then after we'll come here and we can write here middle most observation, and then here we can write anything. So let me write these all things, and then after what happened, we'll select the particular option which is correct, and then we click on the submit and new question will be come here. Okay, and then after similarly we can just delete the questions also. So if I click on this delete question, then this particular question will be deleted. Okay, so let me delete this question. So this question let me delete. So when I click on this delete, this question will be deleted. Okay, similarly we can edit the question. So let me go to the edit of a particular question, and if you want, then you can just give here uh, the title will be what is median. So you can give here the title as what is median, and then after you can submit it. So now when you come here the question title, so you can see here it will come what is median, okay, as a question title. So far we have seen these all things, and similarly now we can just go back, and after that we'll come again to the login page, and we click here on this login, and then after here now we'll give the user credentials. So we'll give here user credentials, and now you can see that there are two courses are there, and what is the question ID of a particular question, and what is the title is there, that is mentioned here. And when I click on this start quiz, then it do not go anywhere. Okay, so that's why we are going to create the route for this quiz start, so that we are able to see the particular question, and the user can answer that particular question and get the marks for the same. So we are going to implement that part here. So what I can do is I will go back to here, and then I will go back to the routes.py, and will come here, and we'll create one route name as, so we'll create one route. So we'll write here at the rate app dot route, and then after we'll create one route, and that route name is start test. So we'll write here start test, and here what we are going to give is particular course ID. So we'll write here course ID, and then after we are going to give the email as usual. So we'll give here email. Okay, and then after we'll define the methods. So we'll write here methods that will be equals to your get and post. Right here get and post. So we'll write here get, and then after we'll write here post. Okay, and then after we'll define one function name as start test, and in this function we are going to give course ID. So we are going to give course ID. So we'll write here course ID, and then after email. Okay, and then after what we are going to do, so we are going to query for the questions for a particular course. Okay, so we'll write here questions is equals to question dot query dot filter by, so filter by course ID. So we'll write here course ID, and that's so equals to the course ID. And what are all questions are there that we want to get here. So we'll write here dot all. Okay, and then after what we are going to do is we want a total questions. How many questions are there? So we want here the length of the particular, I mean the for a particular course how many questions are there. So I want that. So I want the length of the particular question. I mean the questions are there. So we'll write here total questions is equals to length of questions, and then after what we are going to do is Now we are checking that if this total questions is equals to 0, then what we have to do, then we'll return that no question no questions are available. So you can write here no questions are available, or you can write no questions available anything. So you will write here no question available. Okay. And or you can just write another thing, that is if session, so we require here session. So basically what is session is a small packet which contains the information, and when you require, it will give that particular information to you. I hope you are aware of session and cookies. So that is what I'm going to use here. So for that, what we require is we need to just import this session. So we'll write here session. Okay, and then after we'll just use this session here. So as you know that HTML is stateless, like it just forget that what happened in the last part, so what he done in the last part. So for that, what we need to do is we need to just create this session part and all, so that we are able to remember that what are the things we have done, and those all parts. So for that, what we require, require that sessions here. Okay, so what we will write here, if session and current question, if session of current question is, is greater than or equal to the total questions, then what we have to do, so we'll redirect ourselves. So we'll return and redirect ourselves to the test result. So like if this is a last question, then what we have to do, we have to go to the test result. Okay, and we are going to create the test result after this. So it will show you the result for a particular course. Okay, and here what are the things we need to give, so we need to give here the course id and email, so that it will be able to give you the particular course id. This course, for a particular course id, it will give you the this course. Okay, so that you can see from there. And then what we are going to do is we are going to create one variable name is current question, which will contain the questions, what the current question is there, that it will going to have it. So we'll write here questions and questions session current question. So from session, it will take the current question. Okay, and we'll write here current question. And then after what happened, we'll request the user to give the answer for a particular question. So for that, what we are going to do is we are going to request, and the method will be post. So for getting any data, we are just requesting for the post method only. So we'll request the post method, and then after we'll create one another variable name as selected option, and that selected option will ask the user to select a particular option from the given drop down box, or from the given form. So you will write here request.form.get option. So we'll ask the user to give a option, and then after what we are going to do is we are going to have one correct option, and that correct option will be the current question dot correct option. So it will be current question dot correct option, which the admin have given. Okay, and then after what we are going to do is we are going to see that the selected option chosen by the user is the equals to the correct option or not. So for that, what we are going to do is we'll write here if selected option, and we are Also what we are going to do is we are going to make them in a low, either lower case or in the upper case, so that answer should be matched. Maybe what happened, the user will write into the lower case and the answer is given in the upper case, then that will be mismatch, and then your answer shown is wrong. So for that what we need to do is we need to convert both either in a lower case or in a upper case. So we want both of them to be look similar so that our option will be correct. Okay, so for that what we are going to write is, we'll write here, if selected option and selected option dot strip. So strip do what, it will remove what are the white spaces are there, so that all spaces will be removed. And then after what we are going to do is we'll make it lower, and then after we'll match it with the correct option. So we'll write here correct option dot strip. Again we again the same thing we'll do for the correct option also. So we'll write here dot strip dot lower. Yeah, so if this is equals to this, then what we have to do, we have to reward the marks. Okay, so we'll write here session score. So we'll write here session score and we'll append it to be 1. Okay, so we'll write here plus is equals to 1. Okay, and then after what else we need to do, then we just go for the next question. So we'll write here session current question. So we'll write here session current question. So we'll write here question, and that's so equals to plus equals to 1. So we'll append it also, and then after we'll modify it. So we'll write here session dot modified, and that will be equals to true. Okay, and then what we are doing here will be back to the start test. So we'll write here return, and then after we'll write here redirect URL for. So we'll write here URL for, and then after we'll write here start test, and then what we are going to give here, we'll give here course ID, and that's so equals to the course ID only. So we'll write here course ID, and then after what else we need to give is we need to give the email. So we'll write here email, and that's so equals to email only, right? So we'll write here email, and so this is for the post request. So this all is for the post request. And let's say if someone made the get request, or you can say want to see the questions only, then what we need to do is we'll render the template of start test. So what we are going to write here, we'll write here a return render template, and then after we are going to give here start test dot html, and then after what other things we need to give. So we need to give here email, and that's so equals to the email only, and then we need to give the question. So that will question will be also equal to the current question. So we'll write here current question, and then after we need to give here current question. So from where this current question come, so we'll write here current question is equals to the session. So session, and then after we need to give here current question. So we'll write here current question plus 1. So we'll write here plus 1 plus 1, and then after we'll go to the total questions. So we'll write here total questions, and that's so equals to the total questions only, and then after we'll give here course ID. Okay, so these all things. Okay, course ID I think I have already, no, we haven't given. Yeah, so I will need to just give the course ID also. So we'll write here course ID. Okay, so that all thing we need to just give here, and then after, so this is the route for the start test. Okay, so let me just go now into the template section, and we will create one template for the start test.html. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to just go to this template section, and we need to create one template for start test.html. Okay, and yes, And then after we'll come here and we'll do the same thing as we have done here. So we'll write here this, and we'll extend this to the user dashboard. So we'll write here extends, and then user dashboard dot html will write here. And then after we come here again and we'll write here block content. So we'll write here block content. And then after similarly we need to end the block. So we'll write here end block. So we'll write here end block. And then after under this we need to just give the form and these all things, so how we want to see and all. So I just want that when I go for a particular question, then it should show that which question is this out of this whole course. So like from this whole course how many questions are there, and which question I am solving here. So I want to implement it like this. So that's why what we are going to write here. And that's so I want it to be in a like a in a brighter manner. So I will write this into a heading part. So we'll write here what question. And for the question we will do what, we'll just write here current question. And then after we'll write of total questions. So what, how many, which question it is out of the total questions, which question it is. So total questions we have already defined, right? Total questions, that is your how many questions are there, that is the length of a questions. Okay, and then after what we want here, so after that I want to have a paragraph here. So I will okay, this is not closed properly, so that we will closed and then come back and we'll create one paragraph. And in this paragraph I want to render what is the question statement. So what we will write here, we'll write here question dot question statement. Okay, so we'll write here question dot question statement. And then after what we want is we want a form like structure, but this form like structure we wish to have like a radio form. So like so that we can just select a particular question from it. Okay, so for that what we need to do is we need to go to the bootstrap. So let's go to the bootstrap from now. So we can come here. So like this is a bootstrap, and now we can search it for radio form. So let me search it here, radio form. So if I search for the radio form, so you can see that for a few forms of radios like a structure is come. So here it is a multiple select question, and this is not of our use disabled. And here you can see this one is the radius like a structure. So this we can, and also it is a like one selected option. So let me just copy this. So I will copy this and I will go here, and before pasting it we need to just have one form here, and under that form we will give these all things. So we'll create one form here, and after that under this we are going to give it. So since we have here like let me just firstly arrange it. So we need to just arrange it, and you can see that what other things have been here. So this one is okay, and this is a for label, and this is the second div is started. So I will okay, this div is closed here. And then after we have this, so let me just come here, and after this we need to come into it. So we'll write here, so we'll arrange it in this method. And then after we just need to come here, and similarly we will just come here again. Okay, and the same thing we are doing here also. So we are arranging it so that we can check it in a proper manner. Okay, and then after what we are going to do, we are going to select this, and we are going to just paste it here again. And after that what are the things we need to do is, so this class is same, that is okay, and type is radio. So if you want then you can change it also, but let's avoid it. But here in this name we are not going to give here a radio default. We are just going to see that what the what are the requests that from a user has been made. So we are made the user to give here option. So we need to just give here in this start test.html also. We need to just connect it with the option. Okay, so we will just write here option. Okay, and similarly for others also we need to just write here option in the same manner. So we will write here option, so that all the options which are given here, that will be connected to this routes.py. And what the user will select that correct option, I mean that option, whichever option it will select, either of the four, that will be come here into the selected option. And then after we have here correct option, and we will match that is the selected option is equals to the correct option or not. If this is a correct option, then we will award the score to him. Okay, so that is what we are doing here. And then after, so yeah, so this is for the name. So name we have just done here. Now what else part we need to give here is we need to give the value. In this value, what the thing we are going to give? So we'll give the questions that options which are there for a particular question. So question statement we have rendered. Similarly, we need to render here options, so that user can see the options from the, like from this questions. And then after he will select the particular option from there. Okay, so what we are doing is we are just writing here question. So we're writing here question dot option 1. Okay, and similarly we'll just do for the others also. So we'll write here instead of checked, we are going to give here value. In the similar way we are going to give value here also. So we'll write here value again. And again in the this one we need to just give the option 1. And now we will change this option to be 2, and this one third one will be third, and the fourth one will become fourth. Okay, so these are the things we need to do. And similarly we'll render here. So like here you can see default radio. So here we just wish to render the particular question option. So we'll write here question dot option 1. Okay, and let me just copy this. Oh, okay, so this is already copied. So what I will do is I will just come here, and let me just copy this again. And then after, what we will do, we'll just try to paste it and make it 2. Okay, and similarly here also we need to do the same part. So we'll come here and paste it. Okay, then again we'll come here. Then we come here and we'll do same here also. Okay, and yeah, so we are done with it. Now what else we need to give is we need to give here button. So we need to give here button. So we'll create one button here, and the type of this button will be submit as usual. Okay, and then after, what else part is there? So we need to just give a one class here. So that will be your button, anything you can give. So let me give here success. So we'll write here success. And then after, will in this button what happened is, so in this button what happened is current question is the last question, then we will be finish the quiz, otherwise we'll go to the next. So what we need to just give here is, so we'll write here if this was the last question. So we'll write here if current question is equals to the total questions, then we will be finish the quiz. So we'll come here and we'll write here finish quiz. So we'll write here finish quiz. And if this is not the case, then what we will do? So we'll go for the else part. So we'll write here else. So what the else will be? We'll come to the next. Okay, so we'll write here next. Okay, and we'll just close this if. So we'll just write here end if and all. Okay, so now this will be this is the part we have to done here. Okay, now here okay, so in the form along with this we need to just connect it to the start test. So we'll write here this form dot method is equals to the post method. Okay, so this is a post method. And yeah, so now we are done with it. So this is the part basically where what happened, someone just go to the form and start the test. Now few more possibilities are there. So what we are going to do is we go to the route section, and now we will gonna to implement few more parts here into the start test. And what that parts are, so let's say if someone just go for the restart, and maybe there the question which is gonna selected is not there into the session, or maybe there is a, some more possibility is that particular course id which has been selected has not been there, so there is no question for that, and these all possibilities are there. So what we are going to do is now we are implementing for the restart. So someone if restart the quiz, then how he can do that. So what we are going to write is, so we'll write here if request dot arts dot get restart. So we'll write here restart, or this current question. So we're having a current questions. So we'll write here if this current question is not in the session. So we'll write here not in session, not in session, or maybe the course id, that session dot get course id is not in the course id, is not the course id. So we'll have here course id is not to the course id. So we'll write here course id. Then what we have to do, so then what we will do, so we'll write here session of current question will be 0. So we'll write here session of current question will be 0, and the score of the session will also become 0. So we'll write here session score will also become 0, and then after this course id, this course id will be the particular course id. So we'll go to the session course id. So right here session course id will be equals to the course id. Okay, so this is the part of a restart. So someone if restarted, then these things will happen. Okay, now let's create for the result also. So let's create the route for the result also, and then we will see that how these things are working. So what we are going to do is, so we'll write here that app dot route, and let's create the route for the result also. So we'll write here test result, test result, and then after we'll give here course id, particular course id. So we'll write here course id, and then after we'll write here email also. So we'll write here email. So now what we are doing here, so we'll just define one test result. So this test result should be same here, because we need to go to this particular url. So for that we need this to be a same. So what I will write here, sorry, what we will do is we'll just copy this from here and paste it here. So let me just copy this and paste it here. So we'll create the same function here, and then after what we will do, we'll just go for the particular user. So we'll write here user is equals to user dot query dot filter for a particular email id. So we'll write here filter by email id. So that will be email is equals to the email, and what the first match of that email will be there, that we want to render it here. And then after what we do is we'll just give the total score. So what the total score is there for that particular user, that will be rendered. So we'll write here total score, and that's so equals to from the session of score what is stored is will come here. And then after, so we need to just take here course and id and email also. So we'll write here course id and then email. Okay, yeah. So what happened here actually, so yeah, so what happened, it will take from the this, it will take from the session, and let's say if there is no score, then it will show you 0 by default. Okay, then what else we require here is we'll require the total questions. So we'll require here total questions, and that so we'll get it from the question table. So we'll write here question dot query dot filter by. So we'll filter these questions on the basis of course id. So we'll write here course id. Okay, and that's so equals to the course id only. Okay, and then after all the questions which are there, I want the count of all the questions, so we'll write here dot count. Okay, so far what are the things we have taken? So we have created one function name as test result, which takes the two things here. So two parameters here, that is the course id and the second one is the email. And then what happened, we'll just go to the particular user and just filter it with the email, and what the first user we get it, will just take out that user. And then after, what we are doing here, so we are taking the score for that particular user. So we have given that one variable name as total, which contains the score of a particular user, and if there is no score, so it will take the zero. Okay, and then after, what we have here, so we'll write we will have next is the total questions. So total questions will be what the questions are there. I want the count of all the questions. Okay, now next what we are going to do is, we'll see that is there any is there any score of that particular user is there or not. So if the score is there, then we will just get out that score, I mean, yeah, get out that score. So we'll just write here scores dot query dot filter this by, yeah, filter this by user id and course id. So we'll write here user id, and that's so equals to the user id only. And similarly we'll do for the course id also. So we'll write here course id, and that so equals to the course id only. And what the first match is there, I just want to get that, so we'll write here first. Okay. Okay, so actually here we have given so course ID, so that is a user dot ID. Okay, and then what we do here, so we'll just see if this score is there or not. So if a score is there, then what we will do, we'll just render the particular score. So we'll write here existing dot total score, and that's so equals to the total only. Okay, and if this existing score is not there, then what we have to do, we'll go for the else part, and in the else part we'll just add this particular score which is there. So we'll write here db dot session dot add, and then we will just go for this user id. So we'll go for the user id, and that's so equals to the user dot id only. And similarly we'll having a course id, so that will be also equals to the course id only. Okay, and then after, we'll what the total score is there, that so we need to just add it here. So we'll write here total score, and that is equals to total only. Okay, so these things we need to write, and then after we'll commit it. So we'll write here db dot session dot commit. And what else we need to just do, okay, so this is the part we have to do. So if we just go for the user table, and what the first user is there, we'll take out that particular user. And then after, what the total scores are there, so what the scores, if there is any score is there, so we'll just take out that score from the session. Otherwise we'll give here zero. Okay, and then after, we have take out some questions here. So we have take out total questions, what are total questions are there. So that is the count of the total questions. And then after, we go for the one, we'll just create one variable name as existing, which go for the scores table. And what the it's checked that for a particular user, and for a particular, for the same user, and the same course, it is having any score or not. So if the score is there, so what we are going to do is, we just convert this score into a total score. Okay, and else if this score is not there, then what we have to do, we'll add particular user, and for the particular course, and the score which is there, that score will have to give it here. Okay, and then after, we'll commit it. Now what next we need to do? So this is the part when we just give here what the user and those all things. Otherwise what we are going to do, we'll just render the particular result tab, so which is there in the HTML template. So I will go for the result.html, which I'm going to create here. And then after what we will do, it will take out the course ID. So what the course ID is there, that course ID. And then what else part we need to give is email. So we'll need to give here email also. So we'll write here email is equals to email. And what the total score is there, that also we need to just give here. So we'll write here total score is equals to total. And then after we just need to give here what the total questions are there, that also we will give here. So we'll write here total questions, and that is also equal to the total questions. Okay, so we'll give these all things into the result.html. Okay, now what we can do is, now let's go to the result.html, and now let's go to the template section, and we'll create one template name as result.html. Okay, so let's do it. So we'll go to the template section, and we'll just create one template name as result.html. And then after we'll do the same part. So let me just copy this and paste it here. So I will copy this and paste into the result.html. Okay, and I'll paste it here. And then after we'll come here and we'll just write here end block. So we'll write here end block. Okay, and then after will come in between, and now how the result will should show. So we can just write into the heading part that it is a, like, this quiz is completed and this is your score. So kind of that we are going to write. So what we are going to write is quiz completed. And then after what else, so we'll write here this is your score. So you can just write in your paragraph that this is your score. So kind of that you can just write it. Okay, and then after what you will write, so the score which is there out of the total questions, you need to just mention that score here. So how can you mention it? So you will just write it here. So you will write here session, so session, and then after under it you will give the score which is there. So that particular score you need to just give it here. And then after what else you need to do, so you need to just give it out of the total questions. So that will be the score here. So you will write here total questions. Okay, so that is your score for this. And after this you can give anything else also. So like you can give two buttons here, so for one for the restart, and the second for your like you can just go to the dashboard, and those like back button you can just give. So the first one you are going to give is about the, yeah, the first one you are going to give about the what the restart button is there. Okay, so for that you are just going to give here. So what you need to give is you need to give the URL. So you will write here URL for start test. So that will be your start test. And in this you just need to give the course ID. So you will write here course ID, that will be equals to your course ID only. And then after you need to just give the email. So you will write here email, that will be equals to email only. And then after you need to just restart it. So you will write here restart. So that will be your restart, and that's so equals to true. Okay, okay, so these all things will give here. And then after you can give here class of button. So you can give the class of your button here. So any button you can just give. So like for restarting you can give danger or warning, anything will be look pretty. So let me give here warning. So that will be come into the yellow color. And then after we'll just close this, and we can write here restart. Okay, so restart we can write here. And after that we can give another button here. So another button will be for user dashboard only, so that we can go back to the user dashboard. Okay, so what we need to just write in the same way. So we are going to write here URL for this user dashboard. So you will write here user, and then after you need to give email also here, so you will write here email is equals to email. Okay, and then after you can give the same way class, that will be your button class, so you will going to write here button, and any button you can give. So let me go to the info button. So after that what we need to just give, so after that we'll close it and we can write here back to dashboard. So you can write here back to dashboard, so it will be like good info that you are going to the dashboard again. Okay, so these things we need to do for the result.html. And now let's check is it working fine or not. So for that what we need to do is we need to open a new terminal. So we'll open the new terminal here and we'll stretch this out. So we'll stretch it out. Okay, so now let's go for a python app.py. So we'll write here python app.py and our server will be started. So we'll just write here python app.py and our server will be started. And let me click on this link. Okay, so we are on this home page and now we just click on this login, and then after we go for the user credentials and we click on the submit. And now we when we just click on this start quiz, then we just get that we haven't just created a secret key. So we what we need to do is we need to create a secret key on this app.py. So what we need to do is we need to just create one secret key. So let me create this secret key here. So what we will write here is app.secret key, and that will be equals to anything you can just write. So let me write here my secret, and then after 1 2 3 4 anything you can just write. Okay, and now let's go here and let me just refresh it again. So now you can see the what are the questions are there. So I can see that there are three questions. So let me answer the questions first. So what is the mean? So mean is your sum of all the observations. Okay, I think okay, we get sum of all the observations every time. What's this error? So let me just see, is it what there in the database, or there is some error. So if I go to the my database and we come here open anyway and we'll just click on it, so that what we can see is, so let me just go here and we can go to this questions part. And now for what is mean, so let me just, yeah. So here for what is mean, sum of all the observations, and then we have here. Okay, so option one is your sum of all the observations, multiple of all the observations. Okay, maybe there is a problem in my router or somewhere I did the mistake. So I think the router is say okay. So like router is start test and that is working fine. Let me just go and see is something wrong in this start test or what. Okay, so what happened is here you can see I haven't just changed it, so that's why it is creating the problem. So we can see only the option one everywhere, so that's why that was the error. Now let's go back here and let me just refresh it again. Okay, so now we can see the questions correctly. Okay, so let me just click on this particular question. So we have sum of all the observation divided by the total number of observations. Okay, so we'll go to the next. And yeah, so what the third question is, what is median? So that will be your first one, that is middle most observation. Okay, so it shows this problem, that is the type error, and it says the secure cooking session object is not callable. So let me go here. So we get it that test result is giving this error. Okay, so we haven't written here session.get, we just written session only. So that's why it is creating the problem. And also the this one is what we have given here is wrong. So like for if you want to just get something from it, so you do not use in this way, either you use get or you just need to give into the list format. So let me just go to the start test, let me just go to the routes for yeah. So in the routes we have here in the total session, and we need to write here session dot get. And now I think it should work. So let me just go and refresh it. So we will refresh it, and it takes some time. Okay, so now new error is come, that is invalid request error. That is score is not having this course ID. So let me just go here. So we can see that this scores table is not having this course ID. That is what the problem it is telling. So let me see that in the models.py is it like this. So if I go here, so yeah, we can see that course ID is not there. So if you want, then we can just have this course without course ID also, but that will be not in the proper way. So actually, if you just want a like a for a particular course, what the score is there, that should be there, like that should be implemented. So you just need to have here course ID also. Otherwise what happened, say like if you just given a course if you just given the for the stats one and you got 3 out of 3, and for the next one, that is for English one, if you got 0 out of 1, so what happened, your score will be implemented as 0 out of 1, and the score you have got in your stats one, that will be removed because you do not have a proper like course wise score. So that's why it will create the problem. So what we can do is we can just go to this course ID, and we'll just create one course ID, and that we will just write here db dot, and we can write here column. So I will write here db dot column, and then after we'll write here db dot integer. So we'll write here db dot integer, and after that you can just give here this foreign key. So you will write here db dot foreign key, and then after in this you just need to give the course dot id. So you will write here course dot id. Okay, and after this you need to just give here null label is equals to false. So you will write here null label is equals to false. Okay, so what next you need to do, you need to just delete this whole database. So for that, let me just come here, and we need to just close this, and we need to come into this instance folder and need to delete this. So I will delete this whole file from here, and it says delete permanently, and it says this we need to just retry. So let me cancel it and let me close it again by myself, and now let me try to delete it. So if I delete it, again it says failed to, because here it is open, so that's why it is telling that. Now let's try to delete again. So if I delete it now, then it will be deleted. Okay, so now let me start the server again. So we'll start the server again, and then we will go back to it. So I will just go back to here and follow this particular link here. So we'll just follow this link, and then after what we can do, we can just come here and we go to the login page, and we need to give your admin credentials. So we'll write here admin@gmail.com, and then we need to add the courses and do all things again. So what we can do, yeah, we'll just click on it, and first let's start with the first one, that is the stats one. And then after we need to give here stats one course, and then we will submit it. Okay, and then after we'll add some questions into it. So we'll write here first, that is what is mean, and then after we need to give here mean and all other things also. So sorry, this will not be there. So next will be your multiple of all the observations, and then next you can give here after this, you can give sum of all the observations into and divided by total number of observations. And then after, what is the correct option for this? So the correct option is third one, so you can just select the third one and submit it. And yeah, now let's create another questions also. So we'll write here second, what is mode, and then after we'll give title here also. So we'll write here mode, and then after what other things are there, that we will just write it. So the correct option for this one is also this option first. So we'll just submit it. And let's create another question also. So let's create this one also, what is median, and here we are going to give the median only. And yeah, median. And then after, let's change it to 3. Yes, and then after, what we have here, or we can give anything, all of the above, and the correct option is the first one only. We click on submit. And yeah, now let's go back to this user dashboard. Yeah, so we'll be back to the login page again. So let's give the login credentials of a user. So we'll give here user@gmail.com and 1234, and we click on the submit. And okay, so this login is not happening. It's just because the database is new. So what we need to do is we need to register for a user. So we'll write here user@gmail.com and then after 1234, and we click on submit. And then again we will give the credential for the user again. So we'll write here user@gmail.com and 1234 again. And then after, we can see what the three questions we have implemented there, added there, that all will just come here. So let me click on the quiz start and give all the answers here. So the first one answer will be your third one, and we click on the next. And then we have here next as a high frequency as an answer, that is option first. Again the option first is the answer. We click on the finish quiz, and now we can see that user id, we are getting this error, that is user id is not like this error I am getting. So what that error is actually this, what we are doing here, existing, and this gives okay. And then we are checking if existing is there, then that will be okay. And then we go to the else part, and we now can see that db.session.add. Okay, so we are adding it, but we are not giving here scores table, so that's why it create the problem. So let me go back to this. Uh, so where the problem is? So problem is in the test result, right? So let me go to this routes of the test result. And now we need to give here scores table. So we need to just mention it scores. And similarly, we'll write here this, close this. So we'll close it. And now we'll just go back here and let me refresh it again. So now we can see that quiz completed, and this is your score 3 out of 3. Okay. And now also we got the two buttons, that is the restart button and back to the dashboard button. So if I click on the restart button, then the quiz will be restarted. And let's say if I give a one answer as a wrong, then let's say what happened. So if I just give the first answer I have given wrong and the others are right, so we'll just click on the finish quiz, and you can see that two I will got 2 out of 3. And when I click on the back to the dashboard, then I will be back to the dashboards. Okay, so this is what we have implemented, and this is what I wish to implement. So now we can see that the user can go for any particular quiz, and he can start the quiz, and then after get the scores for particular course. Okay, so now what we can do is we'll just go back here, and now we are going to implement the search bar and a few more things. So like logout button and search bar, so that all things we are going to do. So let me just firstly do the logout part. So for logout part, what we need to do is, so firstly let's give here the home one. So in this home one, what you just need to give, you need to give the admin homepage, part. So for that, what we need to just give, we just need to give here slash admin and that particular email. And for logout, what we need to do is we need to give here slash only. So slash is for, in the route section, the slash is for the home page. So what happened when we just hit the slash part, then we'll be back to the home.html. So that is right. Okay, so what next we are going to do is we'll do the same for this user dashboard also. So we'll come here and we'll give here slash user slash email. And similarly in this also we are going to give slash only. Okay, and now it should work. So that is the part which we are going to see now. Now we are going to implement the search bar. So we are going to implement the search bar for the same. So for implementing the search bar, what are the things we require? So firstly, we need to just have one route of search bar. Okay, so let's create the route and then we'll be back to it. Okay, so let's go here down and let's create the search bar route here. So we'll create here one route. So we'll write here at the rate app dot route and we'll give here slash search, and in the same we'll just give email also. So we'll write here slash email. So email we need to just give into this format, and then after we need to just require to give here methods also. So we'll write here methods that's so equals to the get and post. So we'll write here get, and similarly we'll write here post also. And then after, what else we need to give? Okay, so let me give some space here so that we are able to get it. Okay, and then after, what we are going to do is we'll define one function name as search text. So we'll write here search text. Okay, search text, and in this we are going to take the email only. And then after, what we are going to do, so we can just have we have defined the two methods. So firstly we'll write here about the two methods. So first one is if request dot method is equals to post, then what happened? So we'll write here post. Then what happened? As usual, we'll create one variable name as search text, which will take the request from the user. So we'll get the request dot form dot get search from the user. Okay, and then what we have to do, we need to search for the user. So we can implement the search bar for particular things only. So what I am going to do is I will just going to implement it for the user and course. So like this admin can search for a particular user and for particular course. Okay, so for that, what I need to do is I need to firstly create two functions here. So what I'm going to define is I'm going to define the two functions. So one is the search by user function, and this search by user function will search with this user functionality. So what are the users are there, that all will be searched with the search by user function. Okay, and in this we take one parameter name as search text. Okay, and then after, what we are going to do, so we'll just go to the users table and we'll filter it. So you can search for the anything. So in the user table we have only three things. So if you go to the user table, we have only three things, that is ID, email and password. So admin can search with the email ID. So that is what we are going to implement, because email ID will be only valid part that an admin can search. Okay, so admin can search with the email ID. So what I'm going to write here, so that is a user dot query dot filter. So that will be filtered with what? So we are giving here with the user dot email. So we want to filter it with the user dot email. Now we are going to use one function name is I like. So basically what this I like is doing, it will give all the similar answer for a particular thing. So let's say, let me just define it here first. Let me just tell you what the I like is here. So basically I like is doing what? So let's say you have two courses. So if you are remember, then you have two courses name as stats 1 and stats 2. Okay, so these are the two courses are there. So what it will do is, so let's say someone just admin will search for stats only. So what admin will do, so admin will just this admin will search for stats only. So if the admin will search for the stats only, so it will just go for these stats. So like it will just search for so these are the letters which are given by the admin. So what are the letters are there, that is S T A T and S. So all those courses which are having this particular letters together in them, that all courses will be rendered here. Okay, so we are having in our backend, let's say stats 1 and stats 2. So if admin will search only stats, then it will get all those two courses here. So that will be stats 1 and stats 2. And let's say, so let's just comment it out again. And let's say we have some users here. So firstly let me write the user and then after we'll give. So let's say we have here some users. So let me write here user at the rate gmail.com. And then we have another user, let's say user123 at the rate gmail.com. And then we have another user, let's say admin user at the rate gmail.com. And then we have here admin 123 user at the rate gmail.com. And we have other emails, yeah, so these all emails, let's say we have, so we have here these all emails, and let me just comment it out, these all emails, so that we do not get error. So what happened, okay, and let's say if admin will just search the user. So let me let the just admin what do it will do. So admin will just search for the user. So admin will only search for the user. So what happened, those all gmails which contain this word, this letters user, that all letters will be come as a result. So what this letters, which words are there, which emails are there which contains these words. So all the emails contain these words. So if I click on it, so you can see all these emails will come. If I click on this, so you can see all these emails contain these words. So all emails which contain these words, that all email will come here. Okay. And so what are the emails come here? So the first, so all the emails will come here. And let's say if admin will search for admin, then what happens? So if let's say admin search only admin, then what emails will come? So if I double click on it, so what happened? So these two emails that contains the admin part, so these two emails will be only rendered. Okay, now I will show it in the later part. So when these things will work, so we'll show it. I hope this will be okay and you got it. If you do not got it, then you can just go back and see it again. Okay, so what we are doing here, so we'll just use this I like, and we give here in this I like search text. So what we are writing here, search text. So we'll write here this format, search text in between. So we'll write here search text. Okay, and then after it will give you all the values which contains this particular word which is just searched by the admin. Okay, so that is all. And then after what happened, it will return the user. So we'll return this user. And similarly we'll be having another def name as search by course. So we need to search by two things. The one is the user and the second one is the course. So we'll search for the course now. So we'll write here search txt, search text, and then after we'll go for the courses. So we'll write here courses, and that's so equals to the course dot query dot filter. And now we'll filter with the course. So we'll check for the models and we'll see that what relevant things here for the course. So we are having here id, name, and description. So again name will be available here, so we can just go for the name. So we'll search course dot name, and then after we'll again use I like, and we'll write here f, and then after under this we'll give this format, and yeah, and then after we'll come here and we'll write here again search text. So we'll write here search text, and what all the results are there, that all results I want, so I will write here dot all. Okay, and then after we'll return return courses here. So we'll return courses here. Okay, so we have defined these two functions here. Now we are going to use these two functions in this search functionality. So what we are going to give here, so we'll write here by user variable, and then after in this by user variable we are going to use this search by user function, and we'll give here this particular search text. So what we are writing here, this particular search text. Okay, and similarly for the by use course also, so we'll write here by course. And then after we'll do the same part here again. So we'll write here search by courses, and then after you will write here search text. And yeah, so this is what we are going to write here. And after that, what we are going to do, we'll just return and render the template. The template is search.html. So we'll write here search.html, which we are going to create right now. And after that, what are the things are there? We need to pass it. So we'll write here email, that will be equals to email only. And similarly, you can write the users also, and that's so equals to by user. Okay. And similarly, you can write the courses also. So you will write here courses, that is also equals to the by courses. So you can write here by course. Okay, so if you want, then you can collect this user and courses part into the result dictionary. And then after you will just go into that particular result part, and from there you can search for the user and courses. Or you can just, either you can just go for the simple way. So just like here I am returning into the template only, render template only. So you can just do in the same way also. Or else if you want, then you can create one result here, and then after you will write these things into that result part, and from there you are going to get these things. Okay, so this is the part, so that you can do these parts. Now what next you need to do, so you just need to go here and in the template section, and you need to create one search.html. So we'll write here search.html, and then after we need to just import those two lines of codes from here. So we'll just copy this, and then we can just paste it here, this search.html. And here, instead of having a user dashboard, we need to go to the admin dashboard. So we just remove this part. So admin user can only we delete, and we can write here admin. Okay, so we can write here admin dashboard.html, and then after we can come here and we can write end block. Okay, and then after we can come into it, and here we can just define the things. So what the things we need to define is, so we'll write here so if we'll write here if users are there, then what we need to do, so we'll go for each user and give that particular profile link here. So what we'll write here, we'll go for each user. So we'll write here for is user in users, and then after we'll write one card format here, we'll give one card format here. So we can just write a simple card format by ourselves only. So we can just write here div class card, and then after we can come here again, and here we need to just give here div class equals to card body. And then after you can just close this div also, and under this div you can just give the title. So you can just write, okay, title is there, so you can just write this title into a heading way also, so in the heading part also. So let me give here heading 5, and also you can just give here class, so that you can give here title. So you can write here card title, and after that you can just give the particular email id here in the card title. So you can just write here user.email, and here you can give the link of a particular user dashboard. So what you can give, so you can give here ahref, that's so equals to slash user slash email. So you can give the particular email id here. Okay, and then sorry, this one is user.email, so this one is user.email. Okay, and then after what we need to just do, so we can give here class, and that's so equals to the any button class you can give. So let me just give here info, because this is a info of someone, so we can just give it like this. And after this you can write here anything. So let me write here profiling, so you can write anything else also. So I'm writing here profile link. So the one button come with the profile link. Yeah. And then after, what we need to do is we need to just close this for loop and in if loop. So we'll just write here end for. So we'll write here end for, and similarly will come next here. So next here we need to just give end if. So we'll write here end if. Okay. And then after, what next we need to give? So we'll just come here and we need to just give few parts here. So let me just copy this and we'll paste it here, and then after we'll make the changes, what changes we require to make it. So here instead of users we need to give courses. So we'll write here courses, and then after we'll just go for each course. So we'll write here for course in courses. So we'll write here courses. Okay, so we'll write here courses, and then after we'll just go for the these all parts. And then after, here you, instead of giving the user dot email, you need to give here course dot name. So that will be course dot name. Okay. And after that we need to just give here edit course. So like you can check what are the things you need to give. So either you can just make one one HTML page which contains everything about the course. So you can name it like a view course, and you can just create to here one template name as view course and give the link of that view course here. But what I can do is I can just give here the edit course link also. So because edit course link is having all datas of a particular course into it, and let's say if admin want to change it, so he can change it. Okay. So we can just give that edit course link here. So let me just remove this link from here, and here we need to just give the edit course link. So we'll write here edit course, and also we require the course ID for the same, and email. These things we require. So we'll write here course ID. So that will be your course.id, and then after we need to just give here email. So we'll write here email, and then after here you can just go write any any button you can give. So let it be info only, and then after here we can just write edit course. So we can write here edit course. Okay, so yeah, these things are there. And if you want that, if you just search for something and that thing is not exist in the your database, so it should come with that no result found. So what you can do for that? So you can just write here in this format. So you will write here if users and courses. So if users and courses are there, then what you have to do, so then these things will work. Otherwise what happened? So we can just write here the else part. So we can write here else. You need to just write here in heading part that no result found. So no result found, you can write here, and then after you can close it. So you can close this in if. So you can just write it here in if. So you can write here end if. Yeah, so that is what we need to write here. Okay. And then after, what else part you need to give? So you have just created this route and you have make this search.html. Now you have to connect this with your admin dashboard. So what are the things you need to do? So you need to just implement this part. So you will give here action. So that action will be equals to the search slash, and then after what is given here. So if you go here, so email is there, then you will write that part here. So in admin dashboard, so you need to just give here email. So you will write here slash search slash email, and then after you need to define here method. So you will write here method, and those the that is your post method. Okay. And then after here what the thing is given. So here it is input is given, type is given, placeholder is given. You need to attach one more thing, that is what we attach with us. So that is your name, and that name part, yeah, so search is what we are going to request the user to give. So we'll just copy this search and we'll give into the admin dashboard. So we'll write here in the name part, search. Okay, so that is what we need to write here, and the other things will be same. So let's say, let's check is it working fine or not. So if I start the server, and now the server is starting and take some time. Okay, now the server is started. So let me just go back here, and let me go back again and go for the yeah, so let me go to the login page, and now we'll give the admin credentials here. So we'll write here 1234 and we click on this, and now what we are going to search, so we are search for the stats 1 course. So we'll write here stats 1, and when I click on search, it says no result found. And why it says no result found, it should give us the particular result, right? So let me check why this is coming. So if I go to the search.html, so what I have written is if user, if users, okay, if users and courses I have written. So that's why it is giving the error. So we have to write here if users or courses. Okay, now let's go back here and let me just go back again and let me refresh it. And now we search for the stats one. So let's search for the stats one, and yes, now you can see that we got the stats one, and here we got edit course K. Now let's check. I think by mistake I have written K here, so that's why it is coming. So yeah, now it is edit course, and we can refresh it again, and yeah, we can refresh it again. Now it's become as stats one edit course. So if I click on this edit course, we'll be back to the edit course form, and here these things will come. Okay, so the admin can see these all data from here, and similarly we can search for the user also. So let me just give here this particular user. So we'll write here user only, and let me search for it. So you can see if I search for the user only, and we get the whole email id, that is user@gmail.com. And it will if you click on this profile link, then you can see you will be back to the user dashboard, and admin can go from this admin dashboard to the particular user dashboard. So you can see that we can come here. Okay, so now let's go back and see what other things are there. So far we have done the logout page, logout, and these all things we have done. And yeah, so search bar is also working. So far we have seen everything here. Yeah, one more thing is there. So if you will go to the routes.py section, so you can see that we have implemented some message part here in this login and register page, but it was not working. So actually we are not able to see that all part in this login and register page. So if I go to this login and register page, you can see that one message is there like invalid user and those all things. So that part is there. So if user and role is not matched, so it will it should show you that invalid user. And similarly for the register also, I have created few messages that is user already exist, or you can log in and continue kind of messages that all is not coming. So what we can do is we can go to the login.html, and we can here give this message. So you can give it anywhere. So let me give here. So what I'm going to write is, so I will write it into the div form, and we'll give here um, class, and class will be your text danger only. So we'll give here text danger, and then after what we are going to do is we are going to render that particular message here. So we'll write it here message msg, and similarly we'll do for the similarly we can do for this register.html also. So let me just write the same here also. So I will write here, and let's see is it working fine or not. So if I go into this, and let me just go back and got to this login page, and when I click for a user at the rate gmail.com and give some other password into it, and let's say if I submit it, so you can see there's a message come that is invalid user in red color. So that is what we want to see here. So now you can see that it is working fine. So what we have done here, we just need to give this part here. So now it will be working fine. Okay. Okay, so now let's go back to here in this dashboard. So let me just go for the firstly, let's come here to the user dashboard, and we'll click on the submit. So we'll be back to this user dashboard, and here you can see these two links are given. The one is the home link, so which will be rendered here only. And when you click on this link, then you will be go back to the home page. So that is our logout link. Yes. So what we can do is, let me just go to the user dashboard.html, and this link, let me just remove this link and write here logout. So what I will write is logout. Okay. And now we will able to see this logout here. So let me refresh it, and now we can see logout. So when I click on this logout, we will back to the login page. Similarly, we can check for the use admin also. So we'll check for the admin also. And when I click on this logout, so you can see that I will be back to the logout page. And also similarly, if I click on this home page, then I will be back to the admin dashboard only. So I hope you are able to see these all things, and you can implement these all things in your own project also. And many more things are simple here, which you can check from here and implement directly into your project. And the other parts, that is your admin dashboard and other things, you can check that how the things are working here, and on the basis of that you can implement for yourself. So basically this is the last session of this series, and I hope you enjoyed the session and you will learn many more things from here. Okay, so thank you so much for watching these sessions.